I'm 17 years old, but none of my clients know it. At 15, I realized that I want to do more than most people usually would. I broke out of the cycle, I started my first business, and I made the effort to make it work. From working with clients, speaking to team, managing proposals along with school and everything else, I made it happen. And while it is awesome to do what I am doing at my age, none of my clients know how old I am. So a lot of my clients come from advertising, my network, etc. And a lot of them just don't know how old I am. And I often get asked how that actually impacts the business and what kind of happens if they do find out. In the marketing space, the younger people can also be seen as more hungry and more aware of what they're actually doing. So what that means is they're actually more aware of what needs to be done and how things work in the industry to actually get the results that they're after. Knowing this can actually really benefit the businesses, right? Because they understand that the younger, the hungrier generation are able to implement and bring in more value to them than some of these older guys can. If you're on the verge of looking at it and saying, yes, I'm interested in starting a business, maybe I can show some value, I can help bring solutions to a specific industry or audience, you definitely have to jump on it. Even if you're not sure exactly what you're doing at the start, you have to make the first leap, right? And you definitely don't want to let age stop you, right? I've worked with people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way up to their 70s, right? From construction, corporate, events, all sorts of different projects, right? And you're able to position yourself as an expert in that specific field. And doing that really takes away from the factor of any age-related question. So a lot of people kind of tell me, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that, but they actually don't implement any of it because of their age. And they have somewhat of a valid point, right? If I'm too young and I don't have anything to back myself, then why would anyone work with me, right? But building up your experience in a certain field and actually implementing different strategies to push yourself to that next level gives you the experience you need to actually help fulfill what they're after. So getting the experience under your belt is what's way more important than any age-related question. For example, if you have someone who's been running track for 3 years and is only 19 years old, or you have a 22-year-old who's been running track for 1 year, it doesn't necessarily make them better, right? It's all about experience in the game and the abilities and capabilities you have as a person to actually fulfill the service. If you're looking to get in the industry, I definitely recommend to do it. It's one of those things where, yes, it's a try and fail situation, but you just have to make that first move. Building out in this space, whether it's with marketing, whether it's with an agency, whether it's with coaching, whether it's with fitness, any kind of industry or any kind of business you want to start, the first step that people really miss is just to stop. Just make that first move and implement the first thing that needs to be done to get started. A lot of people waste their time on stuff that's not relevant. The back end stuff like the logos, the name, all that kind of stuff is not relevant. Do whatever you can to help best fulfill and provide a solution to your ideal client's biggest problems. That way you're going to come in as an expert and you're going to be able to show them the value that you can provide to their business. Age doesn't matter in business. The largest people in the game understand that the person who provides the most value is the person you want to work with, regardless of age, regardless of where they're from, regardless of what they've done previously in life, right? You want to work with the people who understand the pain points that you're trying to solve, and you want to work with them because they're the ones who understand what needs to be done. There are a lot of people on social media using their age as an advantage and say, I'm 15, I'm 13, I'm 14, building this out and building that out all over social media, and they're using it to generate their work, right? That could be a good approach for some it may not be, right? But I wouldn't let it stop you. You can either use it to amplify what you want to do or not use it at all, right? Personally, for me, I tend to not really mention it too much, right? If it comes up, it comes up. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that if you're able to fulfill something and charge someone a set price for what you can do and you can actually bring value to the table, age doesn't matter. If you're looking for more content, come through Brainy channel. We're going to get everything going from motivation, education, building personal brands, creating marketing campaigns for all sorts of businesses. Tune in.